Tell me the truth. You love superheroes and heroines. Why? Because they have the capacity to save the world, to save the day, to get the bad goons inside the jail and to save the innocent people. Yes or no? And you relate yourself as if you are one of the superheroes and you are saving the day and you are having the power and everything. Today, I invite you to explore your superpower. How's that? And I'm sure you're going to have a lot of learning today, because when you can explore your superpower and apply it in your day-to-day life, then my dear friends and my warriors and my ninjas, you will never be in that stuck stage anymore. You will be more in a solution-oriented stage. You will never be in that victim zone, but more of a victor zone. So are you ready to explore your superpower? Because that's where our uniqueness is. That's where our love is. That is where we can really face the world and its challenges in a wonderful, blissful, super energetic manner. So if you are ready, I welcome you to the 15th episode of I Am Possible series. For those who have been with us from episode 1, thank you so much. And for those who are new, please go to the comment section below. There's a link over there which will lead you to a playlist of all the 14 episodes that we have aired. It's got a lot of nuggets, a lot of wisdom, so that you can get out of that stuck stage and more into a solution-oriented stage. Because you and I know that when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And this is where you and I have to get ourselves revved up with our superpower and find out how exactly you can zone in that superpower. Because today I'm going to share a tool with you that will help you to do that. So are you ready? If you are, let's get started. Hi friends, so this presentation that I'm going to share right now needs a little bit of space. So I request each one of you to ensure that you have undivided attention towards this recording. One, secondly, a book, and of course a pen along with. And if you can plug in, a earphone, that will be the best. Because whatever I'm going to ask right now, it may open doors of something great. Some moments of truth may walk in, something that will deep dive within yourself. All right, so let's get started with a lot of energy. Let's see what's there in the mind map for today. Right. And so let me ask you, how many of you have watched Doctor Strange, the recent movie? I did, and I loved it. All right. And they said something called the parallel universe. All right. So I'm sure you know what's a parallel universe. So there are many universes with the same kind of, everything is same in each and every universe. You are there, your parents are there, your people are there, your country is there, everything, And, but of course, maybe the characters of the people could be different, all right? Because at subtle level, we can never match each other. Maybe at a gross level, we can. So for that, I want to burst the bubble. This is just a figment to boost the ego, and great imagination. I must salute to the imagination of all the, directors and producers who come up with such great storyline. But let me tell you that you and I are just one, very unique, very different from each other. And there is no way you and I can compare ourselves with each other. All right. Why? Because if I'm talking about, just you, all right. So you have a different talent, which is unique, a different mindset, which is unique, a different way of looking at problems, which is unique again. Your solution making, your decision making, your creativity, your way to present yourself, everything is so unique. So why do we get into boxes of people's judgment, of what will the society say, or how do they label us, and that's what we think we are. There are so many times that we have kind of boxed ourselves and started living on people's expectations more than our own expectation, because first thing first, we did not know about ourselves. Okay, we did not know what is our unique quality. And this is a tool that I'm going to share with you today. All right, so how to find your own uniqueness. So I request each one of you to please be with me, because the next one is going to be different. These are some life hard questions, just 3 words, but huge, profound words. And I want you to deep dive into it and maybe write down, stop the video if you want to, write down whatever I ask you, and then go to the next point. All right. So what are the 3 life hard questions? Who, why, and what? First thing first is, who am I? Who am I? Am I just this gross self, or do I bring much more on the plate? Who am I? Like my motivation, my thought process, my way of thinking, my way of setting up goals. Write it down. What is it that you value? What is it that you believe? What is it that is limiting you from getting to your greatness? Who am I? All right? Not I'm Shilpi Khandelwal. That's just a name. Go deeper within yourself. This journey is inward, not outward. So I request you to be with this and find out your within. What is your motivation level? What is it that you love to do? What is it that you don't like to do? What is it that motivates you? What is it that you believe in? What is it that you value most? You know, all those things. What is the identity you want in life? So all that will help you to get into that who am I? Okay? Why am I on this planet? Why am I on this planet with this lovely family, with this set of people, with this challenge, with this solution making? Why? What do you think could be the purpose? Okay, so this why is the purpose that we're talking about. What is the thing? What is the purpose that you may be here on this particular planet? All right, what is it, the reason that you're here? So all those things, whatever you can ask, do put it on the paper, and you will see a lot of things opening up. Now this what is not the what's that I've been talking. This what do I bring to the world? What abilities, what skills, what energy do I bring to the world, which is positive? Okay, so all these 3 questions can be asked to yourself in multiple ways. So these are all questions which, if you will see, there's a very thin line between all the 3 questions. Don't worry, don't get muddled up by the words. Don't get muddled up by the words, okay? Just be with me, all right? Just start writing and you will see yourself coming up with answers that you would have never thought about. Okay, so once you've finished these life hard questions, then doing the tool will become easier for you. Now, what I've done is I've quickly made an acronym of the word super, from the superpower that we have. So what's your superpower? So let's see how you can, what are the traits that you need to have to be in this superpower zone? And they are, S stands for self-awareness. So when you ask these 3 questions, your self-awareness will grow immensely and you will understand things which you've never even thought of about yourself. Okay, it will happen not over a day, but by and by. So be patient, be with yourself, and be connected throughout. You know, that consistency is very important. Super. You universal. Don't think small. Don't think just about yourself. Don't think just about, how you can benefit. What's in it for me? Don't think that way. Think big. Think expansive. Think large. Somebody asks, what do you really relish in life? So the person said, I relish being a mother. I love to look after my child and feed the child and protect the child and give good values to the child and everything. So the interviewer said, fantastic. Why don't you do something, ma'am? Why don't you become Mother Teresa from now on? Expands. All right. So when you start thinking from a universal point of view, from that expanded point of view, the small desires and egos and I'm not liking this, the irritants, everything will just clean out. Okay? Just be with me on this. Be for productive. See, every one of us have certain parts of the day where we are very productive, all right? So generally what we've seen is people are extremely productive in the morning or towards late evening, all right? So generally, other time you're okay, you're kind of distracted, you've got interference coming in, interruptions coming in, and all those things. That doesn't allow you to be productive. So we request people to understand their body clock and understand which parts of the day they feel productive and not so productive. Simple. And do all those things which are tough maybe to do, which needs concentration. All those activities should be in that productive zone, obviously. And those things which can be done with like multitasking can be done in the non-productive, like maybe cooking or maybe, cleaning your work desk, whatever, so on and so forth. All right. The best way to be more productive is if you can plan your day. So imagine today's the day, I want to plan it, all right? The night before, I plan my next day so well with whatever timelines that I can give to each and every task, so that during the night when I'm sleeping, my subconscious mind is mulling over it, absorbing it well, and the next day I get up and I get into a productive zone so easily that I don't have to think, okay, so what will I have to do? Now I have to start planning, take a pen and paper. Everything goes in a slow motion. But when you plan a night before, everything just happens. You just don't need to really wait on yourself to be ready. You're ready itself. All right. So think about it. If you can just try this formula, maybe you can become more productive than ever. E stands for energy. Always remember, a person with energy is liked more, is understood more, is sought and looked up and after more. So you get a lot of benefits if you have that energy within you. But if you go in life, okay, what do I do and how do I get to the next hour? Oh, that time your energy level is so low that people would like to stay away from you. So if you want to influence and impact people, if you want to get your work done, energy is the key. All right. Of course, I can tell you how to be in that energy zone, maybe in the next video. All right. R stands for reasoning. Always remember, if you have a scientific temperament, that means you are logical about what you're doing, why you're doing, and what you're not doing and why you're not doing. You will feel yourself empowered because you will know exactly why did you not take that person on board in your team. So tomorrow if somebody asks you a question, okay, you can say, hey, because of this reason. Okay, so you have your reasons with you. When your reasons are practical and logical and not emotional, your entire way of communication, the way you work, the way you plan your day, everything will become so scientific that people will have hard time influencing you and getting things done from you which you may not like to do. All right. So have this scientific temperament always so that you can lead a life of logic and of ease. Super. Now, the tool that you and I have been waiting for is this. I'm sure you would know about the SWOT, SWOT, all right? SWOT generally stands for strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Okay, so I have certain capacities, talents, greatness within me. So these are my strengths, like being patient, being a good listener, always in reinventing myself. All these are my strengths. Okay, similarly, you could have many more. It's not just 3, it could be 20, it could be any number. That's not the point. The point is, how many strengths do you think at a conscious level? And as you mull on it and get yourself into a more subconscious zone, you will see, oh my God, I have even this strength and that strength and this. I never even knew about it. I never remembered it. All right. So you will get into a more deeper zone. Okay. Then we have something called weaknesses, something which is a black spot in my life, maybe a negativity, maybe something I get quick-tempered, I'm always quick-tempered, or it's my way or the highway, all those things that are not allowing me to socialize with people, to go to my greatness and to give my work the best I can. All right, so these are the weaknesses which are limiting my reaching the goals. Okay, so those weaknesses, we need to put it down. Then we have something called the opportunities. Now, with all strengths that we have, obviously there'll be certain opportunities which will be unique to me, right? And that is where you need to write down deeper and deeper and deeper. Once you get to the 4th and the 5th and the 10th one, then you'll say, wow, I've got so many opportunities in life which I never even thought about. Now I know how to make more solutions. Now I know how to be more in the possibility zone. It will be a different level altogether. You will be playing a game from a different level, and that will help you to get into a more possibility zone rather than a stuck zone. Then you have something called the threats, with the weaknesses, with my limitations. Obviously, I am actually not allowing myself to live more fully with my full capacity, and this is a threat that I don't want in life. So once I list it down, I'll be so mindfully aware of what is limiting me and how to really make it a more of a strength. Okay, and this will be an internal work that you would be doing with yourself, with a lot of self-awareness, with a lot of universal thought process, productivity in your hand, and of course energy that is mind-blowing with reasoning. Now, all the weaknesses cannot be turned into strength because it's not required. There are certain weaknesses which are negligible, which does not impact our life goals. All right. So do not go in for that. Always remember, look at the goal, list down the outcome of the goal. Once you have all the outcome that is there, then you look at your present state, and then you see your strength and your weakness. What are the opportunities that are there and the threats that are there, and then what is it that is making you go towards your goal with the outcome that you want, and what is it that is making you away from the goal, all the threats which are making you away from the goal and the outcome that you could have reached. So once all this thing is on paper and all this thing is in front of you, you will see your life popping up like a 3D. Okay, this is what you need to amp up, this is what you need to really suppress, this is the shifting that you need to do, this is something that you need to really delete, it's not required. There'll be so many decisions that you can make on the go. All right, super. Now, always remember, our brain loves to have 2 things. It does 2 things very well. One is to protect you from any danger. That is why whenever there's a rustle in the bush, the brain will say, hey, there could be a danger out there, just get ready. Either you need to run away, or you need to fight, or you get frozen. Well, frozen is not a good idea, but at least you are looking at that particular rustle with some kind of an activity in your mind of challenging it, right? Imagine there's a rustle and your brain says, hey, it's just the wind, don't worry, you can just do whatever you're doing. What if it's not the wind, but it's an animal out there? So that is why your brain loves to protect you. First function. Second function is it also does something. It will take you away from pain and make you go towards pleasure. Okay, so now we want our brain to be our friend. So what do we do? Like a coin has two sides, right? Similarly, there is a positive and negative. So list down whatever you think that is that you stand to gain from all the opportunities, from all your strength. Just list down. Just go bonkers. Maybe ask your friend, ask your parent, ask your mentor, anybody. What is it that you can gain from it? How is it that you can benefit in your life? How is it that you can attract more abundance and wealth? Then you will be in such a wonderful place. All right. And of course, a coin does have a other side too. And here, what do you mean by negative? I mean this. List down what you stand to lose in case you do not change yourself. In case you just be where you are and you know how things are going. What is it that you stand to lose? When you have the pleasure as a positive and pain as a negative, immediately your brain will make such great internal decision, and overnight you will feel, wow, I have changed. I have changed for the good. There was one story that I want to share with you. Change can be like this. It doesn't need years because you've been doing a habit for years. So there's this father who was smoking the cigarette, okay, in the house in front of his 3-year-old child. Do you know what the child did? And you can guess it. The child also took another cigarette from the box of cigarette, put it in his mouth and started imitating his father. Poor innocent child, right? Nothing much. Father was so shocked that the father said, from today, I'm not going to smoke. I will never ever smoke. Now smoking, leaving things like cigarettes and drugs and alcohol, you know how difficult it can be. But for that father, it was an instant change. My dear friends, my invite to you is, if you can make your brain go through a zone of pain, that will be so kind of, it'll be so different. It'll be like, you just want to get out of it. You can change overnight, not even overnight, you can change like this in a second. And that change is what I want in you, so that you can and you know what's your superpower. All right. So keeping all this in mind, do your homework. If there's any question till now, whatever I've shared, please go to the comment section and let's have a communication between us, so that I know whether you are able to understand what I'm sharing, and secondly, whether you are in the right path or not. Super. Now, this is the HR principle which we get from this book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And every series, every episode, what I do is I take one human relation principle from that book and share it with you and relate it to whatever we have been speaking of. And this principle is, give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. Always remember, condemning somebody, criticizing, making the morale of the person go very low, you are not really doing a great favor to him nor to yourself. If you want that person to be unique and to appreciate and have a great self-esteem and appreciate oneself immensely, then always encourage people, always motivate and inspire them. Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. So what if you've done this wrong? So what if you failed? No worries. You are going to now make sure that you will do so much better that you will pass with flying colors next year. Give that child a reputation to live up to. It's all about your relationship. It's all about which level of relation. If somebody is like deliberately doing something wrong, obviously you will not give a fine reputation for that person to live up to. But somewhere you need to see the reasoning part and see what you need to speak when. Okay. This is from my side. I hope you have enjoyed today's session. So what's your superpower? Do share it in the chat box, what you learned, over the time, over this particular episode, whatever you have put in your notebook, and the insight, that moment of truth, that breakthrough which has come in you, I would love to know all about it. All right, so do share, and all the people over here, do like and subscribe, because this is where we are. We want you to understand we bring such nuggets, but unless you don't share it amongst your network, share it amongst your friends, we will be as obscure as anybody, and then the nuggets will just not be there. So I request your help on this. All right, so thank you so much for being with us, and I want to see you more powerful, because today, from now on, you have that superpower which you owe it. Thank you so much. We will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.